Okay, guys. So as soon as we get the nod from our technical guys, we'll go to Robert Sky.
In terms of team selection, what's the priority here? Is it progression in the Nations League after a difficult start, or with only 3 games to go before the World Cup, do you still want to try out some new faces and experiment a little bit?
Well, win the game first of all, but as you're aware, throughout this period, I've got several different objectives that I'm trying to achieve, and we've got players who are fresh, and that could be important. The squad is important. There's definitely some things we want and need to see. We've got a different sort of tactical challenge tomorrow, which every team in the group and lots of other teams around Europe are finding difficult against Hungary. They're a good side, and so there's a lot for us to take from the game, and it's very important that our approach. I have to say, this group of players have been incredible. You know, their mentality, their desire to play for England, to work every day on the training pitch to get better. We're very fortunate to have a group who are as committed as they are. No, it's exciting. To have fans back is fantastic. We're really looking forward to that. I think that will give the team a lift of energy, which at this stage is helpful. I know how much people at Wolverhampton are looking forward to the game and hosting us. And I know the atmosphere that's been created when I've been to matches here when their team play. So we'll enjoy that. The players will enjoy that, and we're looking forward to the game. Well, not my cup of tea, really, but I'd be surprised if the group of players we've got would have interest in that, because they've wanted to focus on the football. I think the focus in Russia and last summer was all about the players and everything that they do, and we've never had any issues. We like to involve the families. We think it's important that the players' partners and their I actually think the term's quite disrespectful, really, wags. It's their partners and family, so I don't like the term, but I think we've been, we want them to feel welcome. We invite them into the hotel when we could in Russia. Mums, dads, kids. It's a great feel when you've got the kids in, especially. It changes the dynamic of the hotel. We couldn't do that last year because of COVID, but it's one big family. So I think everybody recognises that part of what we do has been very good over the last couple of years. No, I think there's perception of what we had and have, and there's the reality of what Harry and Raheem have delivered compared to everybody else. So there's of course good players, but you look at all the other squads around Europe, there's good players, and our focus is always on England, understandably, because we live here and the profile of our league. But there's a lot of clubs searching around Europe for players this summer, and ours have still got steps to take. We all have. That's the challenge for us. So I'm really happy with the options we've got. We've been able to refresh people. For someone like Jack to come in the game in Germany and Jared to have the impact they did, that gives you an indication of the depth we've got. We've obviously not been able to have Phil this time up to now, so there's still some players that can really make a difference in games, and there's a good competition.
What do you want to see from Rashford, who was a very key player for a long time, and from Sancho, there was so big hopes for?
Well, look, I think if you look over the last 2-3 years, I think we've definitely had goals in different areas in terms of set plays, defenders getting goals, midfielders picking up with goals. But I think in any team, any top team, you're going to have probably a main striker that gets the majority of the goals, a main attacking winger, or who's going to get some goals. But yeah, look, I'm sure every lad that puts on an England shirt wants to go out there and score and wants to get assists and affect the game. So I guess the most important thing is the mentality of having that hunger to go and get those goals, and and that's kind of what I always kind of talk to my teammates about getting in the box, getting in back posts, midfield runners getting in there, set plays are really important. And I think going into major tournament football, I think we've done that pretty well. So, but look, of course we're still learning, we're still improving, and like I said, the boys are eager to score as many goals as possible and help the team out. Look, I think the battle for the Golden Boot's always tough. You know, the Premier League has produced some top strikers around the world for a number of years now. And yeah, I think every season I've been playing, it's always been a tough battle to win that Golden Boot, and it's no different. You know, you expect the top strikers to want to play in the Premier League, and like I say, with those two new signings, that's going to be the case. So I think it helps. It helps me as a player to have good competition. You know, it drives me to improve and get better. So for sure, yeah, I look forward to the challenge.